Hello, everyone. Welcome to Secrets of Saltmarsh. This is our 5th edition D&D Ghosts of Saltmarsh campaign featuring our Patreons. Our Patreons are the reason that we can do all the cool things that we do here. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to do one-shots, we wouldn't be able to do marathons. And I just want to say thank you so much for your continued support. If you're interested for more information on what you get for being a Patreon, you can check out this link there in the chat. We also have a brand new YouTube. You can check it out. Also there, linked in the chat. You'll find all the previous episodes of Secrets of Saltmarsh up on there, as well as our other TTRPG campaigns. If you, my dear players, and also my wonderful viewers, want to interact with this game, there are a few ways you can do so. You can redeem channel points for free to grant a blessing, which is an advantage die or a reroll to the player of your choice, including me, by the way. Just saying. Or, if you would like to add an element of fate to the narrative, every $10 guarantees a draw from the deck of many things to the player of your choice. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Tell me about who you are and a little bit about your character, and we'll start off with Emma. Welcome back. You're muted.
Hi, it's me, Emma. I wasn't here last week because I had to work, but I'm excited to be back. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Emma Panada. I run TTRPG games, and so yeah, that's me.
Excellent.
I play Arlen.
Can you give us a little bit about Arlen?
Yeah, this has been a rough intro, but Arlen is a cleric / warlock. In the first session of our game, she was gifted a cursed sword, and ever since the sword has promised her power and glory and everything she wants, so she's been following it down a path of corruption. And she's had a little bit of a darker story arc than I anticipated when I started this game, but it's great.
Excellent. Yeah. Arlen has had to grow up pretty quick here, and we'll see some more of cursed sword action here very, very shortly. But next, around the table, we have GeekDice.
Hi, folks. I'm GeekDice. You can find me here every given Wednesday now because we're starting another campaign on Wednesdays. Additionally, you can find me over at Greyhawk Tales channel on Sundays where we play another Greyhawk game. I am playing KayBee. He is a Fey artificer wizard. He's a small old boy, 340 years old, lived a full life on the farm, raising kids and tending a garden, waiting for his adventurer wife to return. And then everybody left and he was alone, and he had a old man late life crisis. And it's like, where'd everybody go? I need to check it out. I need to hit the road and maybe check out adventure. He's met up with this group, and now he's learning what it is to be a real hero. He's inspired by his friends.
Excellent. Thank you. Next, we have Godfather Wraith.
Hi, I'm Godfather Wraith, or you can call me Godfather, Wraith, Tim, ESG, pretty much anything you want except, I don't know.
Can I call you God Daddy?
We've already covered. Yes, that's fine. You're not calling me late for anything. So, I want to say, don't listen to Emma. She wasn't here last time because she decided she'd rather troll us in chat than play with us.
I was so sad last week.
You missed so much cool
because I was just sitting at my laptop waiting for a client to get back to us so I could do my work. And so I was just sitting here watching everybody play D&D. It was so sad.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I'm just giving Emma a hard time because we're friends. But anyways, I play Garen. He's also gotten a couple of draws that have drawn him down a darker path, and honestly, it was mostly player decision. Not sad. Yeah, he's a little archer rogue that is really good at dropping bombs. But he's I'm really interested interested to see where things go. And Garen also hopes he can one day be as awesome as KayBee.
Aw, that's so cute. Oh, thank you, thank you. Next, we have returning our newest player in the party, Indicarus.
Hi there, I'm Indicarus. I also go by John, but you usually find me as Indicarus in Twitch and Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. I'm playing Paul of Ammonfort, and he is a young man, about 18 years old, who's headed away from the big city where he was basically an orphan and a street urchin to more rural areas. He's found his way to Saltmarsh just recently. Initially to look for some relatives who were rumored to live there, but he got swept up in an adventure, and he's much more interested in that right now. He is a warlock, but rather than having one of the typical patrons, he's actually taken care of by the hero god Heward, who was once a compatriot of Zagig and others in the group of 7. And he is, because of that, much like Heward, he's sort of a pacifist. He tries to get other people to get along, and he always carries his trusty haversack.
Yes. Another name that people might recognize from the 7 is Mordenkainen. So that kind of gives you an idea of what kind of company Heward keeps. Excellent. Thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, we have Zombie Fighter 89.
I can be least, it's fine. Hello, I am Jacob, I am Zombie, I am Z, I'm whatever you'd like to call me. I am the clip master, lore keeper. I probably do too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. Today I am playing Finn Carson, who is a ranger who has done, whose sort of background is research, mostly on the undead and such. Part of his backstory is that his town was sort of ravaged by the undead, and so he's sort of been on an adventure. Other stuff has happened which hasn't come to light yet. Has also brought him here. And just like some other people in this fun group, I've also had cards thrown at me before. Like I have this evil demon that my character doesn't know about, but he's there somewhere maybe. And then even though I didn't get the card, I have a buddy named Dwayne, who is a fun little boy that is basketball, and I'm never going to lose him ever. The DM said never, so it's fine.
Honestly, oh God, I totally forgot about it until you mentioned it right now. I keep forgetting about it. My brain just rejects the reality of this magic item. I've just, this is
I'm
wild.
gonna keep throwing it in your face so you get rid of it.
Thank you for reminding me. It's very important that I remember this.
And then as I tend to do sometimes with some of my recap, or with my intro, I do a little bit of recap what happened last time, and Finn's shit got rocked. I don't think, even though there's a bit of a lore with me personally on this channel of doing one shots where I almost die, I don't think I've ever been in a game where I've died twice, almost died twice, and literally passed out in a game. So that was fun. So we'll see what the aftermath of that will be. But I'm alive. I'm just sleeping for like a couple hours or something.
Yeah. So as the camera fades to black, we see not Finn being dragged away from the last battle. We see something else instead. Arlen, as you are entering the mine with your companions, they begin to continue on without you. Something has drawn your attention. Can I get an insight check from you, please?
I would love to give you an insight check.
A 9. You have grown quite accustomed to this sensation. You can feel Charybdis beginning to gently hum and tremor within the scabbard? Does it have a scabbard? Yes. Now it does. It's a plain, really boring looking scabbard. You have one. Yeah, it's gently tremoring.
Arlen's brow furrows a little, as she's looking around, trying to see who might be there. Because the last time I got this sort of reaction from Charybdis was with that painter dude, right?
Yeah. As you look around, you don't quite see anyone. The space between the entrance of the mine and that first encounter with the zombies, there was essentially some space, some variety of tunnels that they had to go through. However, you find yourself straying away from the group already. As you begin to move through the darkness, you feel as if there's a sort of gravity with Charybdis. You hear whispers in the dark. Something is calling to you.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Arlen's interest is piqued, and she feels the others probably need to do something grand without her, just to like a little confidence boost. So she's gonna go off and see what's going on.
Okay. Begin to head down this tunnel. There is a bit of a decline. Roll me a dex saving throw.
Not great at that.
Wow. That's a nat one.
I keep forgetting. I actually have my luck stone.
Okay.
Can I use that on saving throws?
Hold on.
Oh, I have a description. 1 ability check per day. So no.
Yes.
But Matihi did just give me a blessing, so can I use that to reroll?
Absolutely. Go ahead and reroll. Thank you so much, Matihi. 10. Much better. Okay. You find that the rocks underneath you suddenly give way, and you begin to go sliding down into the tunnel. And you come to a stop before it breaks off into a sheer cliff. There's a sudden drop in front of you. As you take a moment to recover, you hear the voice of your cursed blade speaking to you. Now that we are alone, there is something that I want to tell you.
Were you the one that was calling me down this way?
Yes, it was me.
If you wanted to speak privately, you didn't have to put me through all that. Could just step away from the group.
Well, it is important that you pay attention to what I have to say.
All right.
Are you ready for your next lesson?
I am.
You pull out Charybdis and you hold it, and we see this blade made of pure red metal and with a coral handle. Charybdis hums with power in your hands, and you begin to suddenly hear words of a language you don't quite understand. And at first it is jarring. It grates against your ears. It's very dissonant and garbled. And it begins to pierce in your mind as it slowly begins to ravel together and make sense. Can I get a wisdom saving throw from you? 10. Okay. The pain builds. It's like a searing migraine. A hot heat just penetrates through your mind. And as it does, you gain a language. You learn Abyssal.
Ooh.
You feel your connection to the blade strengthen. And this does take some considerable amount of time. Charybdis goes quiet in your hands, and the humming stops. You are all alone here in the dark.
Was that the test?
There is no response.
She looks around. Is this basically where she is, just kind of like the tunnel she fell down and then the drop? There's no like left or right or anything else?
Mm-mm. It's a pretty straightforward path.
All right. She dusts off her legs and stands, being very careful at the edge, and she slowly is going to start climbing back up.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check. Please bear with me with the blessings. I normally have help doing this, but my helper is away today. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay, with a 13, you absolutely manage to clamber up with no problem, and you begin to slowly make your way back towards the group. And as you do, party is currently dragging Finn away from the fray of battle. Find yourselves here in this cave where you had not so long ago defeated a variety of zombies. Finn, you are currently out of it. You are unconscious. What would the party like to do?
I think Garen would leave Pole to tend to Finn while he would try to scavenge up any kind of tinder or whatever to create a fire so that we can try to care for him. Because he and KayBee both need some help.
Okay. Go ahead and choose a spot where you would like to start to build a fire. You're going to find that there are not very many places for wood in this immediate area. You're going to have to head back towards the crates in order to gather what might possibly be flammable.
Right. Yeah, so Garen would go and gather that. He'd probably be cautious but not stealthy, try to keep an eye out. He's confident we cleared everything, but then probably build a fire back here near where we had killed that last zombie.
Okay. Very good. What do you want to do, KayBee and Pole? You see Garen gathering some debris from the crates, beginning to build a fire.
I think he's going to be okay. We just got to put something under his head. Maybe my little backpack.
All right, Pole will help move Finn into the right spot to be as comfortable as possible with his head on KayBee's backpack.
Where does Rock go? I guess we'll have to go back and get that later.
Oh yeah. So as Finn falls in combat, the item is not attuned to any of you, and it's 200 pounds. So you have to leave it there.
So I look him over, and I think I see that he's holding something. I see that chain. He's holding something in his hand. I think it's his locket. And I look to Pole, and I quickly just ensure his hand is closed tight around that, and I'll put that on his chest because I think that's precious to him.
Yeah, you remember not too long ago when Finn had asked you to repair it for him? He had some measure of privacy that he wanted to maintain with it. Absolutely. All right. So you both managed to put Finn into a very comfortable position. And it is about then that Arlen begins to approach. You can hear and smell the beginning of a fire, Arlen, as you return.
She walks through this area looking at all of the kind of bones clattered around the ground. Then as she approaches, she's looking at all of you. Well, seems like you all did some good work. What exactly happened? Why'd you let Finn fall unconscious?
He was real brave. He jumped in there. I think he saved me. We had a real big fight. This really big nasty thing with big tentacles and smashing and like a million teeth.
You should have seen the size of it. It had so many arms.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it was.
It's in the next room.
It tried to eat, well, all of you.
Everybody.
well, it seems that, I mean, you're all alive, and I imagine you defeated it.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
we finished it off, but it was tough on everyone. We need to rest.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Very heroic indeed. Finn is like unconscious still at this point, right?
Yes.
She's just gonna like snap and healing word him really quick.
So what does this look like as you cast it?
So I think for one, you'll get 7 hit points back, zombie. But I think she just kind of like looks over towards him and just kind of like snaps her fingers. And as she does, to those with an incredibly keen eye will notice that typically her gem or her like necklace, her holy symbol will light up whenever like she casts a cleric spell or really any spell of any sort, but this time it doesn't. Instead, there's perhaps a slight glow from Charybdis inside of the scabbard, and suddenly, Finn, you feel what feels like kind of water rushing in your veins, and you suddenly like burst awake.
Oh, where am I?
You killed it. Great job.
I killed it? What?
We're safe now. We're in the other room.
Oh, Lord. Oh, it hurts so bad. Wait. He looks down. Okay, it's still here. Okay.
As you gain consciousness, you can see Quick, the Kenku warrior that is KayBee's very good friend. Seems to be in quite a dire state as well. He moves around the fire here, and he settles down. You can see that his feathers are quite bloodied and matted, and you can see that there appears to be a number of wounds that have been very roughly bandaged. And he sits down and warms himself by the fire that's growing.
Oh, Finn, we had to leave your thing over there because it was too heavy for us.
Oh, Dwayne? Yeah. Okay. I'll go grab him in a minute. How's everybody? And he looks over at Quick. Is Quick okay as well? Last thing I remember is us getting our heads slammed together.
Yeah, that did look rather unpleasant.
It didn't feel good, I'll tell you that. Well, I only felt a little bit of it. I sort of passed out right as it happened. But, I mean, it didn't feel good. A little bit I did feel of it.
I raise my thumb over to Quick to tell them that they're doing a good job. And I say, Quick, he's pretty tough. Or they's pretty tough.
Yeah, you see Quick turn their massive head so that this big, beady black eye looks at you. They give a very slow nod, appreciating the gesture.
Okay, well, all right.
I think you both got pretty hard heads because I heard that conker go.
Yeah, I've been cold. I've been stubborn before, but I guess this proves it. And then he'll walk over and he'll are we like You said we were in the other room. Can I walk to the other room and just grab Dwayne?
So the chamber that had been partially filled with water where you had defeated the
Mm-hmm.
Monster.
Tentacle
Doesn't let
chompy
us
thing.
know.
the thing I can't freaking pronounce. Yeah.
Oh.
It is a distance away. So it's not just like boop. It would take you about like 10, maybe 15 minutes of walking through the dark tunnels to get there.
And by the way, none of our characters were able to identify it, so it doesn't matter if you can pronounce it or not.
Yeah.
We don't know
You
it.
don't
True.
know what it is?
We don't know what it is. It's just a giant monster with tentacles and a chomp.
Kind of look like a big turd.
Hey,
Big turd, really?
yeah, it was a really crappy thing, wasn't it?
Not sure
Meanie?
I know a monster that looks like a big turd, but that's all right.
Uh,
I think it'd make a good pair of boots.
huh.
No, is KayBee gonna skin it?
You want
What?
turd boots?
I mean, it tries to eat people, right? So if it actually ate people, maybe
Arlen.
there's stuffs inside it.
That's a good point.
You know, it looks like it killed a lot of people. There could be some treasure in there. Although it'd be good to say a prayer because those poor people, I mean, a lot. I looked at Arlen. It's a lot of people.
Arlen, as you kind of like close the distance and get closer and closer to the party, you realize they all stink. They smell of death and rot. Wherever they were, it was a very foul place. Much more foul even than here in the presence of zombies.
Well, yeah, well, I'll go. I can go check it out. Finn, if you want to come as well to get your rock, then that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
I can protect you.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I'll go with I'll go with Arlen.
I think Garen would accompany as well, since he's, still quite healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I'll stay here at the fire and protect KayBee. No, wait a second. Let's all go.
We all want to go. We can. I mean, and he'll look over it quick, and he'll be like, "If you feel weak, you can just stay by the fire. If you're okay with that. If you want to join us, be more than welcome to." But
Adventuring lesson number 12. If there is an injured member of your party, you shouldn't leave them alone.
yeah, it's with everybody going. I was sort of hoping that someone would be like, "Oh wait, there's him," and stay too. But
I'm perfectly fine. I can watch Finn as we go. There shouldn't be anything to worry about.
It's just a chamber, and I don't think there's any other way out of there.
Yeah, it's all right. So you all just sit, rest. We'll be back.
All right. So to confirm, the only people that are going are Arlen and KayBee.
And Finn.
And
Arlen
Finn.
and Finn.
3 of us. Okay.
No,
Whatever
just-
the boss says.
Just us two.
Oh, me and okay, yeah. So just Finn and just Arlen.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Two of you take your time, making your way through the darkness. It is a bit of a rough path to make your way there. Eventually, the smell guides you to it. Arlen and Finn, you re-enter the chamber. What would you like to do?
All right. Well, get your rock.
All right. And then Finn will go on the search for his rock buddy.
Okay. How does attunement work? Do you lose attunement?
No.
Unconscious? Okay. Okay. Yeah, you pick up your rock. You find it is more or less submerged in the water here. You make your way through the foul water. You pick it up.
Oh,
It is drenched, but more or less effortless for you to pick up.
I don't know if you can wash out a rock, but I want to try. Found it. Thank you.
Great. Arlen's gonna peek around the corner and try to see what this monster is.
Yeah, go ahead and move your token however you like.
I'll move over a little bit to be right behind her.
Yeah, so you find that this room is just absolutely terrible in stench. It is completely overwhelming. You see that there are a number of piles of bones and desiccating bodies, more or less gathered into piles here. And you see laying on top of them is this strange, bulky creature that has a rubbery texture to its skin, has a number of stalks that are somewhat tentacle-like, barbed, that have more or less like been torn up by arrows and weapons, and its mouth is currently ajar at a strange angle. You can tell that this has suffered a very gruesome death.
Has Arlen ever heard of a creature like this from her parents or anything?
I would say no. This is something completely new and foreign to you. And you can see very visibly beyond it, in two different directions, there are these strange, very, very faintly glowing gems. They seem to have been exposed through whatever mining operation was going on here.
Well, this is interesting.
Yeah, we were over here and we were just, we dug through everything, we fought the other zombies down there. And then we came here, KayBee was sort of investigating the crystals. And right before he could, like, say anything, do anything, it just popped out and attacked all of us. And that's what basically almost killed me. Never seen it before, but man, it's scary.
Well, you all did well. These things can be pretty nasty.
Okay.
I did that for my own kind of decision making.
Yeah.
It sounds like that thing perhaps came because you were messing with the crystals. So perhaps we should go back. You should get some rest and...
Oh, I don't want to mess with those crystals anymore, no.
Well, we should come back and try to see what they are.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Once you're all rested.
I think with all of us being here, I think it'll be a better chance. Yeah. I'm good with that. I'm good with going back now.
All right.
Okay. So as the two of you are there at the same time, the rest are gathered here by the fire. Is there anything you'd like to do or say while Arlen and Finn are both gone?
Only what a great job everyone's done. Good job, everyone. We finished him off. That turd thing.
I saw you.
We saved everyone.
You hit it with the stick. That's a pretty good stick.
Not bad. Not bad. I found it myself. Didn't pay
really?
nothing for it, yeah.
That's
good
the best
stick.
kind of stick.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw anything so scary like that.
Me neither. It's like... I don't know. I just can't imagine it. What? How could it even live in here? Must get... What do you think it eats as zombies? Because it's got to get hungry, right? It's big.
I mean,
Like, if you think of a cow, how much a cow has to eat every day.
exactly.
And that thing's is bigger than a cow.
But there's like 100 skeletons in there.
Probably eaten very well for a while.
Do you think those were all adventurers?
I think they're probably miners, right?
Yeah,
It's a
probably
mine.
miners. Or what was left of them.
They must have been really brave to go in there and try to kill a monster.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty brave to even just go into a mine, you know, because it can always fall on your head. Especially when you're hitting the walls with a pick or something. But yeah, then you find something like that. Whew. I mean, I don't know if they pay you enough for that.
I think Garen would be trying to check on Quick, make certain he's not bleeding anywhere, and
Yeah,
all this is going on.
absolutely. You can easily see that Quick is pretty self-sufficient. And as you even just have the most cursory of glances over his wounds, you can see that they have taken very good care of them, and they will be just fine.
Okay. All right.
Probably doesn't take very long for Arlen and Finn to get back, unless there's something specific that three of you wanted to do.
No, I hadn't really thought of anything.
So Finn and Arlen return. They bring with them a fresh stench of the lair. And also you can see Finn is carrying the rock weapon.
Oh, found Dwayne. He went for a swim. I don't know if there's a way to clean a rock or get the stench out, but I'm gonna try. I also want to get the stench off of me.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I can see why you all smell so badly now, but I think it's most important that you rest for right now, and then we can go back and investigate those crystals some more.
Yeah, Arlen. When I was there looking for the rock, Arlen was curious, and she looked at the beast that gave us a good run for our money.
You all did well to be able to defeat it. Those things are
Sure was, but I think you're right. I'm tired. That was hard.
Yeah.
Do I notice this person coming down?
Yeah.
Tell me. So the group of you are gathered around, and I don't think you are trying to be stealthy. You have a fire going.
Right. And with Garen's passive perception of 16, I'd say he probably very likely noticed the movement, if not the sounds.
Okay. So you hear anybody with I'll say 14 passive perception or higher. You can hear the footfalls of someone approaching, and you swear you could hear the metallic ring of strings.
Garen has his has an arrow knocked in his bow at the ready.
Arlen turns.
As the group turns to look, you see a very average-looking person. He has a curled brown mustache. He's wearing relatively well-kept clothing. You don't see very many holes or patches in his fine tunic and his poofy pants. You can see that he has an instrument of some kind slung over his shoulder. And he is stumbling here through the dark. You see him lean up against this stalagmite with a ooh! You see that he is peering towards the direction of the fire that is cascading some light here in this otherwise very dark cave. He says, "Oh, hello. Oh. Looks at Garen. Please, I come in peace.
Who are you?
My name is
Eve."
If she doesn't say Tim at this point, I'm going to be a little disappointed.
You want this to be Tim?
No.
My name is Timothy.
You know what? You caused this.
I did.
All right. What are you doing in an abandoned mine, Timothy?
Oh.
It's hardly a place for travelers.
Oh, I am not just any traveler. I am a bard. And you see him pull his lute down, and he bring, 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 begins to strum a lute.
Still doesn't
nice.
explain.
I love bards.
Still doesn't explain why you're here.
Yeah.
His
Do
eyes...
you know the bear and the maiden?
Of course, one of my favorites. And you see him kind of like looking over the party one by one, but Paul, when his eyes meet yours, even for the slightest of a moment, can I get an insight check from you?
bet.
4. Okay. You can't quite understand what it means. You could swear you see something twinkling in his eye as he looks at you. Nobody else sees this. And he begins to sing a song. And you find that it's very, very lively. It's very... So tell me about the Bear and the Maiden. What kind of a tune is this?
It's probably a dirty song that he learned in the pubs of Abbotsford.
Yeah, absolutely. This raunchy, very, very explicit song just very excitedly comes from this individual. Just bring, 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 bring. And very slowly, he begins to move forward. As you're looking over him, you don't see any weapons on him whatsoever. You don't see a sword, any kind of blade, just this loot. And perhaps what looks like a pouch of gold on his hip.
So, what are you needing a place to sleep, or are you just looking for coin?
Oh,
Yeah.
if you're offering coin, I won't turn it down. However, I will confess that I was following you. May I join you by your fire?
Why were
why-
you following us?
Wait, what?
Can I insight check this person?
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
That's a 10 from Arlen, 13 from Finn, 8 from Garen, and a 15 from KayBee. Arlen and Garen, you're not quite sure. This is very suspicious, yes, of course. Finn and KayBee, you kind of get the feeling that this is perhaps not so strange. You remember that you had passed by what was kind of like a series of towers built around
Oh.
the mine, the Copperlocks mine. There were definitely a lot of people over in that direction, and you were not subtle in taking this road. Probably came from there.
Yeah.
You look him over. He doesn't have any weapons. What kind of a threat could he pose? You are pretty formidable adventurers at this point.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, alright, I suppose. So how far back did you follow us?
Oh, I was in the tavern. Not quite too far from here. I was exiting the building and I saw that the group of you were heading in this direction. I wanted to make
Oh.
sure that you would be safe. These are very perilous lands.
We've noticed. I mean, we seem to be alright now. We are looking for, I guess, a place to stay at the moment, but
Paul, can I get a perception check at advantage from you? Okay, so that's a 20. As you're looking at this bard, you notice that there's something peculiar about his lute. Engraved on the face of this instrument is something that's very familiar to you. It says Heward.
Yeah, Paul's jaw drops. He's been tapping his foot. He still was sitting down. He wasn't quite getting up to dance, but he was tapping his foot and, moving from side to side while he listened to this song. But as soon as he sees that, he stops, and is just utterly still in astonishment. What? Where did you get that lute?
Oh. He looks it over and he extends it out towards you as he gets closer. As an offer for you to have a closer look. I was given this by some very, very fine fellow about 3 months ago. I won it in a game of dice.
That's Heward's lute.
Yes, I believe that was his name. A lively sort. We had quite a few fascinating conversations, and then he was on his way.
I'll bet. everybody. Heward is my patron. What an amazing coincidence this is. I couldn't
Oh.
imagine it. Come sit by the fire.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me all about Heward.
I appreciate your hospitality. And as he sits down and begins to tell you story after story, Cole, you get this sensation that now, in the company of your companions, especially having someone who brings you a glimmer of hope, you feel like you are safe. You had drawn the moon card last session,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
and you have an ally for the moment. Oh, so that is enough about me and the company that I keep. What are you doing here? This is a very grim and terrifying place. I saw what work you made of the bodies back there. Ugh, undead.
It was rather nasty stuff. I mean, I've come along to help these guys and these fellas in their adventure, but they could probably explain it much better than I could. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just here to help, really.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is KayBee right here. He's good enough to feed me sometimes, and he's let me have a bed back at their inn. This here is Finn. He was just knocked out a little while ago by a big toad monster, and this is Emma. She's got interesting sword, and Garen here. Well, he's as you might see, he's kind of a bit of a tough guy, but he's all right and all that. He's all right.
Oh, fine to meet all of you.
Oh, this is Penny Sprinkle. She's like tapping me on the head.
Like, hey, it's my turn. Make sure you introduce me.
Yes.
Oh,
Penny
hello.
Sprinkle.
Bring, bring, bring. He begins to play a tune here.
I dance.
As you do, he like stands up and he just breaks out into song. Off of the walls of this place, the sound amplifies, it echoes. There is no ounce of subtlety here anymore. If anything else resides in the area, it is certainly aware of your presence. But you find that with another pair of eyes and the company, that perhaps you can find some rest here now. The party like a short rest or a long rest? What do you want to do?
Garen's okay with whichever choice.
Do we
Knows
want to go
Finn could use.
outside, maybe?
Arlen's probably pushing more for a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
But that's an Arlen thing. Emma is fine with whatever you guys think you need.
Yeah.
Pole's all right with a short rest, but could do with a long rest if anyone else wants it.
Yeah. Well, I did get some health points back. I feel better or Finn feels better than he did before being woke up. I believe I could do. Can I still roll hit dice on a short rest?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the short rest should be fine. I don't have any spell things.
So we'll say that the party will take about an hour to relax here and just to gather themselves. If anyone wants to roll any hit dice, you can do that now.
2, 3, 4, 5. One more. That's really. One more. Okay. Yay.
Okay. Seven. 13.
Mine didn't come through, but I think I'd used one before, so I just used my other two. I got a total of 12, exactly what I needed.
Okay, excellent. All right, and Quick will also...
Yeah.
This is a bit of a meta game question, but
Yeah, what's up?
Is Timothy playing and doing everything? Is that mechanically a song of rest? since they're a bard?
That's a very good question. Let's see. Let me pull them
Didn't
up.
even think about that.
You cast Song of Rest. Oops, that's to the GM. Song of Rest. Okay, any ally who heals this gains extra hit points. 1d6. All right, everyone gains 5 extra hit points.
I feel great. That song is such a good song. It's probably my favorite.
So how does Quick look at this point? Are they looking okay?
Quick looks like they are in fighting form. Oh, like fresh turkey. Hello, Raiders. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for the raid, Clever Magpie. So is there anything else that the party would like to do before you make your way back towards the chamber?
Of secrets.
Yeah. No, I guess Finn will just he'll sort of reflect a little bit of what's kind of happened. Sort of just kind of sit down and reflect, listen to the music, try and let the music calm him a bit.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. At this time, the bard begins to play a tune that is much more sweeter, much more calm than the Maiden and the Bear. And eventually you gather your things and you set off. As you are back in this chamber, in much better form than you were before, you are greeted with the stink of the pit again.
Ugh.
Just as a reminder, it is pitch black dark in here.
That's right.
So any of our
Garen
friends
would-
that don't have dark vision, you can't see anything.
How many of you don't have dark vision?
Garen does not.
Paul does not.
We still have a glowy rock.
That's what I was gonna ask.
And I
Do
can
you still
make
have the
more
glowy
if
rock?
needed.
I think I gave it to Garen. Because he gave it to me, and
No.
I think I gave it back to you.
No,
I think we
he
had
had
2.
insisted.
Paul had one as well.
Oh, I gave it to
No,
Paul. That's right. I
that's
gave it to
right.
Paul. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Garen
Is
said
it-
it would do more good on where he's firing.
That's
So
right,
Paul
because of
had
the
it.
yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it a
I'm gonna-
10-foot radius?
It's 5 bright, 5 dim. It's the artificer minor magic thing. It lasts until I have 5 effects active at once.
There you go.
Well,
I can also share my dark vision.
Okay.
Which is what I just linked.
So I tromp
Excellent.
into the water. I'm committed. I'm going to actually detect magic this time.
All right. No ritual here. Okay.
Garen
Paul
is
will be
going
happy
to,
to have some shared dark vision because that's wow. He's never had anything
Finn-
like that before.
Garen would urge Paul to move forward so he can see.
mhm. Finn will be behind KayBee, near KayBee. He still wants to protect KayBee, but Finn is visibly very more nervous and unconfident than he was before.
Excellent. Okay, so KayBee, as you're casting Detect Magic, not as a ritual, tell me what this looks like.
Yes, as a ritual because I have
As you're
0 spell
casting
slots.
it as a ritual, tell me what this looks like.
So for my backpack, I've brought out this folding stool. I call it my table, but it really looks like a child's stool. I put my spell book there, and as I run my fingers down the page, I course these sigils in the air, and they leave lines of light afterwards. And it's I forgot this word, and I make my way through it. It takes me a little bit of time, and people can tell that I'm a novice. I'm an apprentice wizard, really, the lowest levels, but it looks nifty. All these bizarre, strange symbols, none of them the same as any previous symbol. So it's always these random symbols, and they make a pattern in the air, and it's glowy light, and it's like, I need more space. Okay, up here. And then suddenly they disappear, and then my eyes grow wide as I look around the room, and I'm looking for magic.
Okay. So you see whatever magic items are on the people in your party.
Yep.
The loot that the bard is carrying is absolutely magic. You see that the creature that you had defeated, it seems to have been magic and it's slowly fading now. And you see that the crystals that are exposed here in the walls, they are absolutely magic.
Can I tell what school of magic? Is there any indications of
See.
type?
Tech magic, school of magic, yes. They are necromancy.
Uh-oh. Just like I thought, those crystal things they're necromancy. I think we should smash them, maybe. And that big bad guy, he used to be magic. And I don't see any loot here. I think that's it.
Where did it appear from?
It was underneath the bones. It was
Oh, it's
underneath
just
the pile.
underneath.
Yeah, it would have left like a indent where it came out of, right? Do we see anything in the indent?
Yeah, it will be quite a gruesome act. These are bodies and you'll have to like move them aside. It'll be very physical. If you just look, you can see that it looks as if it had burrowed or made itself comfortable there. There's no like tunnel or anything that you can see. But
Garen's not getting in there looking, but yeah, he glances down. He doesn't see anything stand out.
Arlen gets in there.
Don't worry, I can use prestidigitation later. It may take a little while, though.
Paul
Yeah,
is going to pull out his club. Say, we're going to smash up these crystals or what?
Yeah.
Well, let me take a look at them first, if you don't mind.
No, of course.
Arlen wants to touch one.
okay,
Careful. Necromancy.
go ahead and move your tokens to where you would want them, everyone.
I'll still be behind.
Okay, I'll say that Quick will want to be close. Okay. Arlen, as you touch this crystal that is overflowing with necromantic magic, you can see that there seems to be a crack in the wall where water is leaking from somewhere deeper within the rock. And it is currently trickling over these exposed crystals. And it continues down into the massive bodies underfoot, and it seems to be the source of the water that's pooled here. It's only about like calf high, essentially. It's not that deep. And you see that it's very similar on the other side. As you touch this crystal, nothing happens.
All right. Let's destroy them.
So Paul's starting to think, well, maybe the best thing to do isn't to hit these crystals with his, admittedly free, but still very good club. He's going to look around, since this is a mine, and he thinks most of the dead people are miners. There's probably a mining pick somewhere around here. And
Absolutely.
find one of those and start whacking, do some good hard work and mine the heck out of these purple crystals.
Fantastic. Yeah, you find one that is very, very rusted over. You can see that the water has deteriorated the quality of any clothing or flesh or any kind of tools that are on these people. And as you raise your pick to strike, please tell me when to stop. Thank you so much. I am the Sauce Taco for the 2 draws from the deck of many.
Stop.
Okay. Oh, nice. All right. And while we're at it, KayBee.
As he hides behind his shield and Arlen's reaching for the crystal, and he's thinking, or he's saying,
This is not good. Maybe you better stop.
All right. Excellent. Okay. Pull, you smash. My ear fell off. You smash the pick into this crystal here.
Yeah.
This one here.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. You smash into it, and a large chunk of it falls off and bloop, lands in the water. You can still see that the vein is a little exposed here. You might have to do a few more swings.
I guess you're a half elf now, Stella.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm just gonna...
Arlen's gonna stab at this crystal with Charybdis.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me... Go ahead and roll me a strength check.
So, can it be charisma? Because my stat with Charybdis is charisma because I'm a hexblade.
I will in certain situations, but not this particular one.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, an 11. So you strike at this crystal and you just hear this like spark. You see the spark and you just hear like the grating of metal. It seems to be ineffective here.
I'll shoot some Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay. Do you back up?
Like 5 feet.
Okay.
Just like right here.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. All right. So, Arlen starts to Eldritch Blasts into this crystal here, and piece by piece it begins to break. You hear the bloop, 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 bloop as the pieces fall into the water. And essentially, this one is destroyed.
So, as I'm detecting magic, I think it lasts for a few minutes. Do I see the magic fade from what's broken apart?
So you look down in the water, and no, they are glowing in the water.
Those things are still magical.
Oh.
Well, maybe we can take them and sell them or something.
That's strange.
You think
Yeah.
maybe if we took them to a sage, they'd be able to tell us what they are?
That would actually be a really good idea.
Probably costs money, though.
But maybe they
Well-
need to be destroyed because, like, if it's necromancy, you know?
Yeah, but I mean,
Well,
maybe not.
Maybe not, but wouldn't it be easier, safer, not easier, safer, for us to go to a sage and for them to break it than for us to break it? Because we could bring out some more evil that could stomp us.
Yeah, and it's better than leaving it here, I think.
Yeah, we shouldn't leave it unattended here, no.
I do also want to point out that's the first time Arlen's used Eldritch Blast, especially around the group. So to see her so freely using magic like that, just may stand out.
Yeah, probably a little bit.
Those who understand magic, maybe. Wait, so
Yeah.
Garen, yeah.
Now it's proven. We know she's awesome.
You see, Ooh, that's not Quick. That's a bone pile. See Quick kind of take a step back from Arlen, kind of cocks a head, doesn't seem to really understand what's going on, but makes a note.
Do you want me to destroy that one as well?
Well, yeah, well, let me get out of the way first. I'll go over here.
Pow, 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 pow. Eldritch Blast.
Again, it breaks into pieces and bloop, bloop, bloop. The pieces fall into the water. KayBee, you can see that they are still touched with magic.
Okay, I'll start picking up the pieces, put them in a pile.
Garen
Want to
would,
be sure we get
help.
all of them, I think.
Yeah.
I'll take out the haversack and open it up. Put them all in here. I think they'll all fit.
I was just going to suggest
Okay.
that. I think that'd probably be the safest
Yeah.
place for what it would be in there.
Okay, so KayBee picks some up. Garen picks some up.
Yes.
I'll pick some up.
Are
as
you
well.
using your bare hands?
Well, of course
Uh,
not, now that you mention it.
I don't know. Does Garen have gloves?
I don't think he
As-
wants his gloves.
As OCD as he is, he probably has gloves.
Okay, but do you put them on? The water is foul.
Yeah,
Are these
he's-
things sharp? Are
Not
these
really.
shards sharp? Okay.
It is definitely, they are raw stone, so they definitely have some jagged edges, but not like sharp enough that you could
Not
stab
razor
someone
sharp.
with.
Are
Yeah.
these going to be okay inside the extra dimensional space? I mean, it could be a problem, right?
Oh, it holds anything. Don't worry about it. Except you can't put a living things in there. So I mean, if they're living, they won't go in. But
Okay.
I don't think they are. I mean, no,
Oh.
it's like rocks, right?
If there's a stray crystal near her, Arlen will pick it up. And
Of course.
she doesn't have gloves.
Okay.
You know what? I mean, it's fine at this point. Sure. Yeah. I don't have any gloves, but yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I do have gloves and I use them for working. I don't think I'd think to put them on.
Okay. No sweat.
Yeah, I'd say Garen does have his on. Although I'm interested to see what happens if I don't.
Okay.
We're gonna find out.
Well,
True.
somebody don't touch them at least. One.
Pole is just holding the
Yeah,
bag
Pole's
open.
holding the bag.
So he is
yeah.
not actually touching any of them unless someone drops them on one of his hands by accident.
Okay, excellent. So you put the various gems away. Arlen, do you want to keep the one you picked up, or do you also put it away?
She's gonna put it away.
Okay, into the haversack.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So all of the pieces go into the haversack. Go ahead and keep track of this. I want you to add purple glowing gem times 4.
Hmm.
KayBee, as you're looking around, there are no other traces of magic other than the magic items that you are bearing.
I think we got everything. I don't see anything, any treasure. If these adventures, or if they truly were adventurers, they must not have had magic stuff. Poor
No, I
adventurers.
think it's just miners, and all they had was their picks. Probably hadn't even got paid yet.
All right. Well, it's time for us to get paid. So we should start heading back if there's truly nothing else here.
Indeed. But before we go to meet Anders, we need to bathe. We need to clean up.
Of course.
Did we have anything within the contract, Garen, that we had to bring back proof that we destroyed everything here? I don't remember. I don't think there was, but I want to be sure before we leave here.
Garen would take off his gloves before pulling out the contract to read it.
Yeah, as you look over the contract, yes, KayBee?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
As you look over the contract, it does say provide proof if possible.
Okay.
So we bring these crystals to Anders and maybe
Lop off a tentacle.
tentacle. Yes.
Yeah,
Arlen
I'll-
will cut
yeah.
off a tentacle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So,
actually, I was going to ask if I know, based on my arcane knowledge, is there anything of value on a creature like this?
okay. Go ahead and roll for that, KayBee. Okay, 10. You aren't quite sure. However, this creature does have tentacles that have eyeballs on them.
That's good, right? Yeah, take a couple of those. That'll be good proof.
So, this creature is not small. One tentacle is essentially going to be like the equivalent of like a baseball bat.
Yeah, nothing else. Maybe just the end of it where the eye is. Maybe we'll lop off that much.
Okay, yeah, so it's about the size of like a squash in your hands.
I drop it into the haversack and say, wow, someone's got to clean up that mess.
So, yeah, I guess it's probably fine. It's not living now, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So you gather, you can add one eyeball tentacle.
I'll carry that one.
Oh, it's already in the haversack.
I won't carry that one.
Very good. Okay. Yeah. So the party decides to move on after collecting that?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Group of you begin to make your way out of the mines. And as you do, you find yourselves back on this beaten path that isn't quite fortified or maintained as others that have led you towards this area. You begin to take the road back, and as you do, you see on your left is the fortifications of the main mine. You see those guard towers. See that there is a stone wall and gate that surrounds the mine itself. And there is a small building by the towers. And Timothy, the bard that has joined you, points very casually over to the building. That is the Miner's Respite.
Oh, nice. Is it an inn?
It is not an inn, but it is a tavern.
Oh. Okay.
I like taverns too. Let's go.
I guess it makes sense to have one right near a mine.
You bet. Hard-working lads, they want to get their beers.
Of course. Yeah. They need some place to rest. Oh, the laborers here work night and day. I heard a rumor that the mine is on the verge of failure. The crown plans to award the Copperlocks clan rulership of Saltmarsh as compensation.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if this is true or not. Again, it is a rumor that I heard from someone else.
Oh, secondhand rumor, yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Their business fails, so they get to be in charge?
Yes, I don't quite understand myself. It doesn't make much sense. Perhaps there's some kind of conspiracy underneath it all.
Yeah, maybe an
Politics.
inside thing. Politics can be very
Politics.
dirty.
Yeah,
Yes.
politics rarely make sense.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it. Maybe we
Well-
can talk to the lads in the tavern, and they'll tell us what's up.
That's I mean that's fine. Does everyone else want to let's go in the tavern? Or do we want to?
Can we bathe there?
I don't think they have baths, but they do have a bucket.
I don't know if
That'll
that's
do
Well,
in a
good
pinch.
if it is a tavern that frequents miners, then you would think that they wouldn't smell the greatest. So we probably wouldn't be unless it's is it more of a putrid smell than what a normal miner would smell like?
We might
Yes.
stand out.
Yeah,
Yes, we
okay,
have
maybe
been-
not. Never mind.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
walking in water full of decaying sludge.
Yeah, I think maybe
No.
we should probably find
re-
some place to bathe, not a bucket.
Yes.
So I think we need to count our days. We've been traveling, and we're supposed to be somewhere in a day or two.
Oh crap! You're
Yes.
right.
What's all that?
Oh, we did. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't tell you, did we?
Oh, wait.
Not much.
Don't
reason
talk about
to.
it quite yet.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I did, but it's in my mind. Oh, said out loud. I'm sorry. Yeah. But regardless of it, I think we have enough time to find some place to shower. Did we turn our haunted house into a shower place?
Well,
I
as
don't
a
know if
way
we have
into the
amenities yet.
ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
can
There's an
always do
ocean.
that.
Let's just go to the ocean.
Well,
The bard tells you, not really seeming to hone in on any particular part of your conversation. Their eyes just kind of move back and forth, and they're just smiling and ring, ring, ring. They say, I'm sure they've got actual buildings within the walls. However, it seems that the guards won't let you in just on a whim. You're required to have the authority of the king in order to enter the mine.
Don't we have that?
no.
No, we have everybody but the king.
Yeah.
I thought we got
My
like
God.
We got
something
um, permission from everybody at the board.
Yeah. From the town council,
Hmm.
but
Go to the mine. I think they
No.
confirmed we're going to do a task.
yeah,
Right.
we got
Mhm.
permission from them to do a task. We did not get permission to enter the mine. Anders asked us to look into the other mine for him.
Yes. And the other mind is where we went. Yeah.
Yes, I believe that you need either the king's permission or the permission of the Copperlocks clan.
Which we have neither.
All right, well, let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Moving on.
moving
Definitely
along.
better wash up before talking to either of them then.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Oh, we need some place to wash. I don't like the way I smell.
As the party kind of begins to move on past the Miner's Respite and the guard towers here, you find Timothy begins to slow. And he puts his hands on his hips and he says, I think this is where our journey ends together. However, I do appreciate all of the company that you've given me. My dear Pole, you seemed quite enamored by this, so I would like to give this to you. And he holds out the loot to you.
Well, I mean, really? For real?
Yes,
I'll
it
take it.
seems to have some kind of significance with you. I'll be honest, it is a little out of tune.
Well, it sounded good to me, but thank you. Thank you so much. I mean, wow, no one's ever given me anything this expensive before.
Oh, well, you better take good care of it. And
Oh, I will.
Paul, while you are looking at the bard, can I get an insight check from you?
Hmm?
You do have a blessing if you want to re-roll.
Do I have to use it before the roll?
No.
No, okay.
You rolled a 6.
I don't like that. I want to re-roll.
Okay, go ahead and re-roll for me.
That's
16. Much better. All right. As the loot begins to trade hands, and he kind of leans in close, kind of meet him eye to eye, and you see that twinkle. There's just something familiar about it. Something you just can't quite put your finger on. It is inspiring.
Oh. Nice.
It passes over, and he leans back. I wish you very well travels, and I do hope that we can meet again. I don't imagine that I will be here at the Miner's Respite for much longer, but if perhaps in the next day or two you find your way back here, then perhaps we can join again on the road for an adventure.
I look forward to it, friend. Thank you so much, Timothy. It's been my pleasure to meet you.
It has been mine as well. Goodbye. And he begins to walk off towards the Miner's Respite, and you can hear him singing at the top of his lungs. And he slowly fades away.
Paul's trying to tune the lute now, and it's probably annoying to people because he doesn't really know how.
And Garen's honestly more relaxed now that he's gone. So
He was
you
a
can get
nice.
the tuning.
They were a nice little lad, though. I mean, I didn't have a problem with them. Seemed nice anyway.
They were all right. But we should keep going.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, very good. So the group continues on, and you make your way back towards the haunted house. And as you do, we'll say that it is about, it's going to be late, probably like 10 p.m. by the time you get back to the haunted house.
Well, I don't think we ever got amenities truly working here. There is still the cave underground that we can probably take a dip in to clean up.
Yeah, so as you approach this very rundown building, you see that it will require a significant amount of work to get back into running form. You make your way back down into the basement and towards the cave. You find what is essentially a small cavern that has access to the sea. There is currently no boat here.
If there was a bucket upstairs at the well, maybe retrieve the bucket from the well.
There was a
Wary-
bucket. Mhm.
Wary of snakes. Careful for
Oh.
snakes.
Yeah.
You take
Well,
the bucket down.
I can be by KayBee in case there is a threat of snakes. 'cause I
Okay.
can speak to them.
Yeah, so as you kind of look around, you don't see the snakes here.
Okay. And the bucket can be start of our bathing room, I guess.
Yeah.
Arlen's just gonna swim in the water.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Show off.
All right. Arlen, can I get a perception check from you?
Sure.
Okay, with a 22, as you're kind of swimming out into the water, do you leave like the immediate area? Do you kind of head out towards the ocean a little bit? Do you stay close?
Probably head out towards the ocean
Okay.
a bit.
As you do, you see that there's a small rowboat. It is west, so it's down the coastline from where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really make out any details other than it's a very small vessel and there are people on it, but you can't really count how many.
Okay. Can I swim? Is it on land or is it out on the water?
It's on the water.
Can I swim underneath it?
Yeah, you want to get that close? I'll say it's like, oh God, I don't know. It's like easily over 100 feet away from you. Pretty far.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to swim stealthily over there?
I think my idea is that she's gonna swim down deeper into the water and then kind of swim underneath it and then swim up. So I guess that's stealthily.
Okay, go ahead and roll me stealth. Are you wearing your armor?
While I'm swimming,
Okay, this is at normal. Wow. That is double nat 20s. Holy crap. Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Nice.
So tell me how you spy on them here.
Yeah, so she sees this little boat, and obviously we know that like that ship is supposed to arrive at some point, and so she thinks that this could potentially be connected to that group. So she swims down further into the dark depths of the water and then swims across the floor of the ocean, then rising up underneath the boat. She very carefully kind of like raises an ear out of the water next to the boat, just to listen.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you're coming up, you hear two voices. They are essentially talking very, very quietly to each other about trying to find a ship. I can't believe that the council sent us out here in the dark. How are we supposed to find anything? Well, just keep your eyes out. Maybe we'll try another hour and then make our way back to Saltmarsh.
So they're working for the council to try to find the ship.
You were told by the council that you would be given some guards to help you and that patrols would become a thing for them to try to find the ship. So this
Got
does confirm that. It's reminding you because that was a while ago.
Okay, got it. Arlen's gonna peep out of the water.
Okay. They don't seem, unless you do it very noisily.
What are you doing here?
Oh, it's a fish. Oh, no, it's a person. Hello. Who are you? You see them pull out a spear.
Arlen, do you not recognize me from the town?
You see this elven woman kind of lean over and squint eye. Oh, right. You're one of the ones the council told us about. Okay, yes. See them sit down. We are looking for the ship. My
That'll be a-
name is Isabel.
You're doing a great job. Have you all found anything the past few days?
No, nothing. I heard that you have an inkling to when and where the ship will arrive. I don't understand why we're out here looking, but I suppose the council thinks it will help.
It's a great question. I'm not entirely sure either, but the council will do as it wants to do, and we'll just take care of the dangerous stuff.
Why are you out here?
Oh, we were just killing some undead, and we stopped to rest for the night, and I like swimming.
That makes sense. Well, I do know that my cousin is assigned to the patrol that's supposed to be assisting you. You're supposed to have some assistance or something. Do you want me to tell them to meet you here?
No, we're gonna be going to the town, I believe. So we'll just meet them there.
Okay. Well,
Could you do me a favor once you get back to the town, though?
yeah, so you see the elvish woman go to, like, affirm it, and then the other guard just shoves their hand out. Hold on! We don't do anything for free.
That's smart.
I'm a bit of an entrepreneur.
I can tell. I'll give you 5 gold to do something for me.
Oh, absolutely. What can I do for you?
I just need you to go to... What was that? The member of the council that's very extravagant and throws parties and stuff?
Galen Primewater.
I need you to go to Galen Primewater's estate and tell them that I'll be by tomorrow to meet with Galen.
I can do that. I will ensure that you have a meeting with Master Primewater. Or my name isn't Ronald.
Great. Thank you, Ronald. And she'll pull out 5 gold and
He
drop
takes
it
them.
into the boat.
You can hear him just like scuttling about trying to pick them up. All right, well, I think that we've done enough scouting for one night. We're gonna head back. Goodbye.
All right, goodbye.
Okay.
And she'll dive back underwater.
Okay, excellent. So in the meantime, is there anything special that the group of you want to do? I imagine there's a lot of bucketing.
Yes.
And washing
bucketing,
clothes.
scrubbing.
Yeah.
If there are any
Mhm.
trees or bushes around here,
Yes.
Pole is gonna sniff them and see if any of them have a strong smell, like pine needles or something like that. And if so, he's just gonna grab a whole bunch of the leaves or needles and squish them up and put them in the buckets with the salt water and use that to wash himself. And he's also gonna make sure that he cleans up poor Buttons, because Buttons got sloshed and his fur is all gross.
Yes, absolutely. The group of you, by the time that Arlen gets back, very likely smell like pine needles.
Nice.
Garen's probably got using pine needles to help scrub too.
Yeah, same with Finn. I like the smell of this. I like this. This is way better.
Yeah, it's a little trick I learned back in the Hammerfoot.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully no one's allergic to pine though.
Cheaper than soap.
Indeed.
True.
And KayBee used a glowstone and walked around the yard and collected dandelions and made dandelion pancakes.
Oh.
Excellent. All right. So it is dark by the time that you are all washed up and you, Arlen returns as well. Do you want to travel in the night or would you like to rest here? You are quite weary from traveling from the mine to the house.
I would
Right.
say probably from before, we should probably just stay here and then go in the morning. Kind of like how we did when we went to the cave.
Yes.
That'd be a
And
really good idea.
I want to I want to get our timetable correct here. Tomorrow night we need to be back at this house, correct?
I'm not sure if it's another day or two because it was 5 days.
You had
Right.
6 days.
Was it 6?
I'll say that you'll have enough time to go to Saltmarsh, rest, come back here, rest.
And it'll be that night when we come back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's like 48 hours from the moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I know for a fact that we are okay. So we're resting here. Yes.
Yes.
Good idea.
Um,
Yeah.
So with Dwayne being magic, is there a glow to him? I guess it doesn't matter because I have dark vision. Never mind. I'm not gonna. Never mind.
Even if he did have a glow, he doesn't have. It does not have
Sorry.
a glowing sort of magical feature. So if it did glow, it would just be enough to illuminate it, but nothing like
It's not to see.
not
it,
like a
okay.
torch or anything. Yeah.
All right. Well, either way, I think Finn, before he goes to bed, is gonna go into a private area where no one can see him. Sort of have a moment onto himself about everything that's happened.
Okay.
He'll sort of he'll sit down, make sure he's in private. Open up his locket and look inside of it and talk to it again and say, during that sleep that I had, I think I saw you again. It made me happy to know that I might be with you again, but in another sense, it made me sad that I might have failed once again. I don't know how I feel about my capabilities anymore. And he looks over at Dwayne. I felt your presence with me with this magic item. And I know you were with me. I could feel your presence. I don't know if I'm worthy of carrying this anymore. I know any magic item I can get from here on out, you will be with me. But I'm just so unsure of myself. I'm just so... It hasn't been since the day that I last saw you that I've felt this close to death before. I hope maybe one good rest in a bed will set me straight, but just know I love you. And I hope you don't think of me anymore as a failure than I feel as myself. And he'll sort of give the locket a kiss. And he will try and collect himself the best he can, pick up the rock and go, all right, guess it's time for bed. And he'll walk over into the chamber where all the beds are.
Okay. Excellent. Anything else that anyone wants to do?
So KayBee's backpack is thrown by his bed. The pieces of the deer that he assembles, they're just kind of spilled out of the backpack on the floor near his bed. He's fairly careless. And he's in a strange mood. He's been sitting with his back against the far wall, cross-legged with the sword his short sword across his lap, kind of in a meditating pose. He looks very reflective. He looks serene and distant. After a while, he rises slowly. He holds the sword in front of him, and he slowly begins a sword dance. And he says, I am the wind. Today, I've learned I too can be a hero, an adventurer, maybe someday a champion. He's speaking to himself, and he looks serene. He puts away his sword, he crawls into his bed, and he snores a tiny little man's snore.
Excellent.
Cole is probably going to detract from the serenity of the evening because he is obsessed with getting this lute tuned properly, and he's not doing it well. So, Penny Sprinkle,
Yes, what
do you know how to tune these things?
Of course.
I mean, it's just these 4 turny things, but I mean, you can turn it so much, and then, and it gets too tight, and then, but if you turn it too far the other way, then it just moves like this.
Well,
But
I am a master of many things. I know exactly what to do in every situation.
And you see this tiny Fey person just grab one of these knobs and starts to turn it. You just hear it. And you can see that the string is tightening and tightening and tightening and tightening.
Don't break it. It was a gift.
Oof. See Penny Sprinkles disengage from it and say,
Well, if you're going to complain about the way that I tried to help, maybe I won't help at all.
Oh man, I mean, I didn't mean it that way. I just meant, well, it looked like you were going to, it was getting really tight.
Yes, I was going to keep going.
Maybe we could, compromise and we'll stop this string and then we'll tighten up a different one. How about that?
All right. I like the way you think.
and
All right.
Penny Sprinkles helps you to. Penny doesn't know what they're doing. Becomes
think
very obvious.
Buttons hides under a pillow or something to not hear this terrible noise that we're making. And probably eventually whoever's got the room next to me is going to tell me to shut up because he's going to keep trying. He's very persistent with this and probably won't go to sleep until someone literally knocks on the door and tells him to shut the hell up.
We're all in one room.
Yep.
Oh, are we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mhm.
then probably one
Yeah.
of you will be the first to do so. But he doesn't really think about it at first. He's just he's doing it and going ahead until someone tells him that's kind of inconsiderate or whatever. He's kind of lost in this amazing gift from his hero.
Garen was probably trying to get to sleep because he normally takes last watch, and he would look up and say, "Would you mind doing that later?"
Oh, Garen, I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking. He'll push it away from him onto his bed. Of course. Sorry. We'll go to sleep now, and he'll get into the covers.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Come on, Buttons.
I don't know what. It's the sound a mouse makes, I guess. So Paul, after spending some time with this object, I would say that you attune to it. You discover that this is an instrument of illusions. So it is a lute of illusions. While you are playing this musical instrument, you can create harmless, illusory visual effects within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on the instrument. If you are a bard, you can increase it by 15 feet, or to 15 feet. Sample visual effects include luminous magical notes, spectral dancer, butterflies, or gently falling snow. Magical effects have neither substance or sound, and they are purely just a visual illusion. The effects stop when you stop playing.
Wow, so he gets to have a concert with his own laser light show. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Might have to multi-class into Bard at some point.
Is there anything else that anyone wants to do tonight?
No, I think at this point Finn is probably just trying his best outwardly to look fine, but inside he's just like, I need a rest that I am, not full. I'm not passed out. I'm just sleeping.
Very good.
Mhm.
Okay. So you can all have the benefits of a long rest. You recover any hit points that you're missing, any expended spell slots, any abilities that recover on a long rest. And I think this will be a very good time for us to take a break. So we will be back in 5 minutes. Please join us in getting some hydration, doing a little stretch, and we will be back soon. We're back. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. Okay, so the group of you are fully rested. And early in the morning, you are prepared to head off. Actually. Did I? Yes. Okay. We're going to do a little thing called downtime. We're going to go ahead and choose a downtime activity here. This is a little mini game that I want to introduce to the group here. That way we can kind of encourage a little more role play during these like quiet times between adventures. So you can go ahead and choose one of the following of what you do in the 8 to 10 hours that pass by, because I imagine you're not just sleeping. You are eating and doing different things as well. So we're going to start with Garen. Are there any particular things that you want to do with the spare time?
Well, I think Garen would do his good old standby here and go foraging, go try to find a resource.
Okay, go
if he
ahead
can.
and roll me survival. Okay, 15, very good. As you are scrounging around in the wilderness near the haunted house, you find a very peculiar plant. You immediately identify this as Nightshade.
All right. Yeah, he would harvest that.
Okay. So it is only enough for... Actually, roll me... Roll me nature at advantage.
Okay. So 15 again.
Okay, excellent. So you would know how to make Nightshade as a poison through whatever means you like. However, the amount that you have is only enough for a week dosage. It would probably kill someone who's sick. But anyone who's healthy, it might make them very ill, but not fatal.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. He does have the poisoner's kit. Not that it would have done much good against undead. So, all right. Yeah, he'll take that back and probably let it dry out and powder it.
Okay, excellent. So that is how you spend your downtime. How about Finn?
How much of the talking would you say takes up the time, I guess?
The camaraderie?
Well, like when I went to my own like section to myself.
Oh, however
coming
long you
back-
wanted. So this is
Okay.
including like the whole night, and
Okay.
it is now day.
Okay, so after that whole thing, I guess Finn's instinct would be to go to bed, because he's feeling kind of rough, but he doesn't want to alarm people by just going to bed. So, I suppose I would try to, possibly make small talk with Poe, or depending on maybe what KayBee's doing, maybe help him cook, taste some of the food. I'm pretty sure Finn's very much a I need something to eat to calm me down mood. So whatever's that benefits.
So Paul, what would you prefer to do?
Oh, I think Paul is all about the camaraderie, participating in the small talk, sharing stories. He doesn't know these people that well, and there's so much more to know. So he wants to find out. But at the same time, he is going to be trying to make this loot thing work. So, but he can talk and play with that at the same time.
Okay, absolutely. So we'll say that a group of you are gathered here, and anybody can take part in this, except for Garen. Garen is gone out doing stuff. So you begin to just start a conversation, Paul, and the topic just sort of naturally flows onto the topic of being scared. So I would like you, for this camaraderie, to tell me a story, even like it's a short story, of a moment in time where Paul was afraid.
Well, I mean, I think the time I was the most scared was when I found out that my parents got killed. Because, I wasn't very old and I didn't really know, what to do. I didn't really even understand death. I think at that time I didn't. You hear about it. It happened to your granddad and stuff. But then my parents were right there, and then they weren't. And then and they told me I had to move out of the house. And and so I just I wandered around all night by myself, and I didn't know what to do, and that was the scariest moment of my life. Maybe until I saw that big turd thing.
Yeah. Oh man. Wow. So your parents kicked you out, or you don't know where they went, if I may ask?
No, they died. They got killed.
They got killed. Okay.
And then but then the people who own the house kicked me out because I couldn't pay them.
Okay, I understand now. I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, I have similar. I can completely relate. Part of the reason that I've gone to face some of this undead is because a swarm raged my town, and with it took my parents as well. So I understand, and I'm sorry about your loss of your parents. That's never easy. Never especially when you least expect it. Just they're there one day. And, yeah.
Yeah, mine just got killed in an accident. But I mean, I see why you hate them undead so much now. I mean, they're not good for anybody, but really, that's terrible. They took your parents.
Yeah, I mean, they did. It's why I've got, I've done so much research on these things before, but
Does KayBee or Arlen want to be part of this conversation?
Sure.
All right.
I think you sure showed your skill when we were fighting those undead before. You knew everything, how to handle them, how to get around them and stuff. That was a good job.
I mean, I had help from Garen, and then KayBee over here too. Looks over at KayBee. He did a pretty good job as well.
Oh, everyone did good. It was great. We got right through them. We didn't have trouble until we met that big thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, who could study that? It weren't undead. It wasn't nothing.
I don't know what that was. I've never seen it before. Not anything I've ever studied.
So we can't feel real too bad about it, We didn't know what it was, so, we had a hard time. But we clocked those zombies.
Well, we don't know what it's called, but I mean, we've seen one before, so now we can go. We know what that is, but yeah.
How do you find out all that stuff? Is it book learning, or you go talk to a sage?
Some of it was books. Some of it was getting pointed over. I sort of kind of once the village was sort of empty and such of what was going on, I sort of kind of was on my own for a while. I went to sort of I've learned of a place that was giving shelter and such, and they were also they also knew a lot about undead and such, and that's sort of where I learned everything. And as Finn sort of goes to remember the significance of that meeting place and learning stuff, he gets kind of a little quiet about it. Other than that, yeah, he kind of learned things, but doesn't go into too much more detail about everything else that might have happened.
Well, it forged you into something real strong. I think your parents would be proud of you for that. You've overcome all these undead. What killed them? Can you imagine a child doing in what killed his mom? That's a good thing.
It is. But I almost died again.
But you didn't, did you? Because you got friends.
Yeah. I'm very lucky to have all of everyone. And you! We just met you, less than a day ago. And you've come in and you've done so much help for us. I mean, to me, you're... Not that it was, I think, a question anymore, but you're with us now. I just think that you're such an amazing person. I thank you for being there. Without you being there, I don't know. I think all of us together as a group is what's gonna help do whatever we're going to do. And
I'm happy to be with you. I've never had a group like this before, and it's really, well, I mean, it feels good to hear you say that.
mhm,
Well, mates, that's amazing.
mhm.
You guys are so brave. you know, I'm kind of old, and I've been scared most of my life. And it's being scared is scary too, but it's also embarrassing. You know, the first time I was really, really scared, I was really small. I was young. Master Tyrell, he made me wear a shirt, and that was really scary for me because I didn't know how to do that. You know, some people don't know a lot about the Finadiri. That's my people. We're house spirits. Sometimes they're called brownies. And, you know, we live in a house. We come out in the middle of the night when everybody's sleeping. We do stuff. We polish shoes. And sometimes we get hungry, so we'll steal a piece of cake. But then it's like, oh, I better pay that back. I better do some work. So we hide.
Mhm.
And my people, we don't normally wear clothes. We're all hairy all over. We don't wear any clothes. But then Master Tyrell caught me, and he made me wear a shirt. And I didn't know how to wear shirts. And I was really scared. And I didn't know how to do that because Vanadiris don't wear shirts. It took me a long time to get over that. But I learned later. I grew up, and I met this girl dwarf, and she was really nice. She was brave, and she taught me how to be brave about a lot of things. And she became my wife, you know. But then later, when we're older, everybody's gone. My kids are gone. My wife is gone. And I was scared again. It's like, well, what am I going to do? I can sit here and do nothing and just live in this house. So I decided I had to be brave, like an adventure. So I started traveling. But, you know, recently I was with some friends and we went to this island, Paul, and it was a really big hill and I was scared to climb. I knew I could like die if I fell. But then my friends were scared and it's like, somebody's got to do something. And I just went. I said, it's fine to be scared. Sometimes you just got to act anyways, right?
Mhm.
And yesterday I saw you guys just jump in there. It looked like you weren't scared, you know? So,
Oh.
Oh,
You
I was
guys-
scared. What are you telling me? I mean, I thought you guys weren't scared, so I didn't want to look scared, you know?
I know, right?
Yeah, no, I wasn't scared at first. I was like, I'd faced sort of undead before, a little bit, nothing to this extreme, nothing with this many, but, you know, I was kind of excited to finally sort of taper off, and I thought we all did a good job, but...
And I think the conversation just kind of like begins to fade.
Mhm.
Arlen, is there anything that you wanted to do with your downtime?
I think seeing those others begin to talk and Garen gone, she's gonna go upstairs in the house, like away from everybody else, and camaraderie with Charybdis.
Oh my god. Okay.
An incredibly important member of the party.
So you try to commune with your cursed sword to build camaraderie with it. Okay. It does not respond to you. You ring the doorbell, no one is home.
All right. I think maybe we get a scene kind of like in that side room where we found the trap door. Where she's just sitting there. Moonlight is kind of gently peering in through the windows through these kind of like moth-eaten curtains. And she's sitting there like listening carefully, but also speaking quietly, sharing a story of when she was last scared.
Okay.
And just kind of like talking to Charybdis, but Charybdis isn't responding or anything.
Absolutely. All right. So eventually the night and day move on, and it's time to go. KayBee makes a very delicious meal. Finn helps. So mechanically, we're just going to choose one, right? So for the 3 that were in that conversation, KayBee, Pole, and Finn, the next charisma saving throw that you have to do, you get advantage. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to keep track of that for you.
To clarify, I know that when me and Arlen did our commune, we had to be near each other for it to work. Is this the same thing with the charisma?
No, this is separate.
Okay.
Okay. So you're making your way back to Saltmarsh. Who will like to lead the way? Hold on, what is this meal? Okay, KayBee, what are you making for breakfast?
Okay, so I would have spent a little bit of time asking Pole what they like, but I think what we settled on is we had a protein smoothie in the morning. It was made from soy and from green tea leaves and from blueberries. And then for other members of the party who wanted something a little bit heavier, they had spicy crab meat hash brown stir fry.
Ooh, delicious.
Not too spicy though.
Excellent. Yep. It's good. Who wants to lead the way?
I'd say Garen would take his customary point.
Okay.
5. Okay.
24 survival. Very nice. So as a group, you make your way back towards Saltmarsh. You discover that it is another hot day. The air is stiff. There isn't even the slightest breeze. There is a sort of heat that bakes into the ground and it wafts up. And you can feel sweat beginning to drip down your brow. It is uncomfortable. It is somewhat of a dry heat.
Was it this hot outside of Saltmarsh, or?
Yeah. As you kind of think on it, there's been definitely like a high humidity. You are in a swamp, right? You are by the ocean. There should be more humidity, but there's something about the air that seems to just suck the hydration out of you. And as you make your way towards Saltmarsh, you can see that there are a handsome fleet of boats at the docks. Normally, they're sort of like spread out and you see boats are out fishing in the distance. The docks are completely full. The bay is backed up. And you see that there are quite a number of carts that seem to have stopped in the street. Yes, KayBee?
So looking at the ships on the docks in the bay, can we tell their origin based on their flags or their sails?
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Thank you.
16. So you can definitely tell that the majority of these are probably fishing vessels. They don't necessarily bear any kind of like royal insignia or anything that identify them as military ships.
Do they look like they're offloading fish? Like they've had a bountiful harvest?
It's hard to tell from where you're at.
Okay.
Can Arlen go up to one of the many backed up carts in the street?
Absolutely. And thank you, Doc Shoulder, for the nat 20. I will be giving that to Emma.
Thank you. Yeah, she's gonna go up and say, hey, what exactly is going on?
Hello there, miss. Hey, you see this, this Goliath, very, very tall man. He kind of peers over the crowd. There seems to be an issue down by the docks.
We aren't quite sure, but it seems that all of Saltmarsh is suffering for it.
Well, all right. We'll go take a look. And she'll kind of like gesture towards the group. Say, something's going on. Let's go see what it is.
Okay.
All right.
Very good.
And you want to do the talking? And she kind of like pushes you out front a little bit.
You can see that Finn's a little bit more nervous than normal. Sure, I can give it another go.
All right.
All right. So you make your way towards the docks, and you find that you have to kind of push your way through the temperature of the people here, their disposition. You can tell that there is irritation in the air. People are shouting at each other. You can tell that there are a number of disputes. Haggling doesn't seem to be going smoothly. Quite a few disgruntled porters are making their way past you, and as you get to the docks, you can see that quite a few crew members of every ship around you are just loitering. There are people sitting on the decks of their ships. There are people sitting in the street. People are trying to find shade. There doesn't seem to be any actual work going on here.
Kind of looks like a labor strike. I saw that in the Dwarven mines before.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, it could be. And I guess Finn will go up to someone at the docks and be like, what's all the ruckus about? What's going on here?
The goblin fisherman below you looks up and says,
Well, there are no fish.
No fish.
Yes. It's been a dry 2 days. Not a single fish has been brought up from the bay.
Oh, that's very strange.
tell me when to stop.
Oh no!
Dang.
Yeah.
Thank you,
thanks.
Jake.
Diabolito, thank you so much for the draws from the deck of many.
Thank you. Please stop.
Okay. Alright, hold on. I gotta write these down.
Mhm.
Scroll. Okay. Alright, might as well do them all now.
Mhm.
Poll, tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Excellent. Alright, Godfather Wraith, Garen,
Stop.
okay. KayBee,
5, 4, stop.
Mhm.
okay. And Arlen.
Stop.
Very good.
Quick.
No, I don't know if this is good or not, but Stella's getting a lot better about not reacting to the cards after the draw.
I think it's a little easier when there's so many.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Mhm. It's in that moment. It's like, oh, look at this card, and we're like, oh.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and say just off the bat, Poll, as you are here with your new friends and companions, after having such a lovely conversation in the morning, having been through an adventure with them, you already feel some sort of bond. You feel like these are good people and they are trying to do the right thing. And to your surprise, Penny Sprinkles hasn't complained about them once yet. And you know that Penny always has your back. You, as a young man, find confidence in these people. You have drawn the Star card. You get to choose one of your attributes, so strength, dex, whatever you like, and you increase it by 2 immediately. It is permanent. You cannot exceed 24.
Wow. I can't exceed 24. That's still a pretty high limit.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
It's a really nice card.
All right, by 2, you say?
Yep.
Wow. Charisma is now 21.
Yep.
Nice.
Very good. So an extremely powerful card. All right. So yeah, the goblin looking up at you says,
Not a single fish.
That's not right, is it? Do you remember a time where this has happened before?
Not in my short lifespan. It's a pretty big fucking deal. Do you know
Well-
what the major export of Saltmarsh is?
I would assume fish.
It's fish.
Is it because there's no fish in the water, or nobody wants to get them?
What?
Is it because there's no fish, or because nobody wants to get them?
No, we've been trying for 2 days. There's no fish.
Did Arlen see any fish when she was swimming the night before?
you did not.
Ooh.
Well, what eats fish around here? Maybe there's some kind of, I don't know, like seals or dolphins or
Bigger fish.
sharks or
Okay.
something.
Overpredation, you think, Cole?
Yeah. I mean, maybe there's too many fishermen. I don't know. But so, you know, somebody. If there's no fish, I mean, and there was, somebody took them, right?
Yeah, I know.
Stands to reason.
Something happened, but I don't know what. I don't know if it was. We've only been here a short time, but this doesn't seem like this happens.
No, it does not. It seems as if a curse has been put on Saltmarsh.
A curse, you say?
And then the goblin fisherman stomps off. Arlen, as you're kind of ruminating over the secrets of the ocean, find a sort of piercing clarity in the moment. You have drawn the Vizier card. Ask one question, you get an answer. I have to be as forthcoming as I can. It can be any question you want. I'll let you think about it.
I have 2 in mind immediately. But I think the move is to go with one that I think Arlen is more interested in.
Okay.
Which is
It doesn't have to be a yes or no question.
okay. Is Galen Primewater or one of his guards or servants someone associated with Charybdis in the way that I expect?
As you sort of ruminate over this, you can't really understand why you get this clarity. You don't really know where it comes from. You are certain 100% with total confidence that Galen Primewater has nothing to do with Charybdis. In fact, nothing in all of Saltmarsh here has to do with Charybdis. You have found that your path and your story thus far has become entwined with something much bigger and much more dangerous than Saltmarsh.
Got it. Cool.
All right. Well, not sure what we can do here. So I'd say we, or at least I will go report to Anders about the mine. And I will probably stop by, what's her name? Adia Owlan's.
Uh-huh.
Because she promised us some supplies.
Yes.
And Garen needs arrows. he's getting low.
Okay. So the plan is to go seek out Anders and then Edda Oland,
Yes.
who is the essential lead of the Saltmarsh Council.
Yeah. And more importantly, the person that gave us our mission. that we're preparing for next.
Oh.
And I think Garen would. Yeah, I was planning to go to report to Anders and then go to Adia or Ida. She promised us some supplies, and I am in need of arrows.
Yeah.
Does anyone else need anything?
Get some food. We need food. Always.
Okay.
Food supplies, yeah. Supplies for food.
Foodstuffs. Okay.
And then I'm going with you right to the Anders.
Okay.
And then Poe, do you want to come with? Well, do you think Anders would mind bringing us a third person? He seemed very happy just to see the two. I don't think he'd. What do you think?
I doubt he would mind. His caretaker, however, may.
Well, he still has our stuff. Should we just ask for it back, or should we bring him with the bag? I guess would be my question.
Yes, I suppose he'll get over it then. If he's since
well, we're here to show evidence of what we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is true.
Poe,
so
we're gonna. You want to join us with going to Anders? You can meet the man that gave us the wonderful task of going through that cave.
Oh right, Anders. So is he a lord or what?
He's sort of. Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, he's part of the town council.
He
He's
is
one of the most important people in the city.
He is.
Right. All right. Yeah, I'll be sure.
Just a little bit of a forewarning. He has a very, how do I put it, childlike wonder to him.
He's a bit of an eccentric.
Yes.
Oh, that's fine with me.
Okay.
Lots of people are eccentric.
Very true. Very true.
Okay.
Very true.
And I will also warn you as we're walking there. He has a caretaker or servant, I'm not sure which, who is very protective. Be on your guard of what you say around him. I do not trust him in any way.
Yeah. No,
I see.
I didn't
Gotcha.
I didn't really catch on to it, but Garen's very, very certain of it, and I trust him. So I will just assume as well. Yeah, be a little watchful.
Okay.
Will do.
So the three of you head off to Anders Solmore's home. Arlen and KayBee, what would you like to do?
Arlen, what do you need to do?
I was going to go to the temple to see if they had gotten our magical items yet.
Sounds great. Come on, quick.
Quick halts and gives you a little hug on your shoulder, KayBee. And he makes a gesture that imparts on you that he wishes to go do something on his own.
Okay. Maybe we'll catch up to you later at the inn.
Gives you a curt nod, and he begins to walk off towards the heart of Saltmarsh.
Okay.
All right, let's go, KayBee.
You got it, boss.
Okay. So KayBee and Arlen, you make your way over to the faithful quartermaster of Ayuz, and you find that there is a line.
Of course.
And you get in line?
Yep.
Okay. It's going to take essentially like an hour and a half. Is there anything special that you want to do while you're in line?
Talk.
Okay. KayBee, as you are in line, all of a sudden, is friend with you?
Nothing else. I would let friend wander if they want to go and hunt or whatever. But otherwise, they'd be hanging around, or that I might shunt them away into the extra dimensional space that they hide.
Okay.
So, whatever.
So you know that friend is somewhere around just doing bird things. I mean, as a fey creature in a bird body would do bird things. And all of a sudden, involuntarily, it's almost as if you possess your familiar. Your eyes go white, and Arlen's in the middle of having a conversation with you, and you recognize that KayBee is suddenly possessing his familiar.
Oh, all right.
KayBee. All of a sudden, all of the sudden, you are in a dark room. You are in the body of Friend, your owl. You don't know how you got here, but you feel trapped. As you try to extend your wings, you realize that Friend is in a cage. You have drawn the skull card. Something terrible is about to happen.
That's scary. So, as I possess my owl, look through their senses, I can't hear or see anything where my own body is, but I can talk. So I'm like, what the hell is this? Friend, where did you go? You're someplace dark. What's wrong, friend?
So,
oh no, scary.
As you possess your familiar, can you control your familiar?
It depends on the distance. Normally I can see through its eyes if it's like 100 feet away. I think that's the mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also speak to it with telepathy, and I can tell it what I want it to do, to the extent of whatever familiar might obey its master.
Okay. So Friend begins to hear a conversation in Infernal. Do you understand Infernal?
No.
Okay. So there is a conversation. You hear two very guttural voices, and all of a sudden there's a rush of cloth. Does Friend have night vision? Dark vision?
Yes.
Okay.
Owls do.
So you see that there's a small room. There's a table nearby, a chair. It seems to be very Spartan in here. The door on the other side bursts open and two people hurry in. They are wearing masks, dark masks, and hooded cloaks. And one of them pulls out a wicked-looking dagger and gestures very wildly to Friend.
So one thing I can do is wherever Friend is, if they're within range of me, I can make them disappear into extra dimensional space. So I take a moment to get a good look through Friend's eyes at these people. Try to really focus on what is that mask and what does that dagger look like and what color robe. Try to collect as much information as I can. And I see that dagger is coming to Friend. I make Friend go poof into the extra dimensional space.
Go ahead and roll me perception as an owl.
Okay. So the owl has a feature called Keen Hearing and Sight.
Okay.
The owl has advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing
Perfect.
or sight.
Perfect.
So
advantage.
Roll twice.
That's a crit. Very good. Okay. So as this masked robed person comes flying forward, raising the dagger, very clearly the intention to hurt Friend, you see that there's a small hole in whatever paper is currently concealing one of the windows. And it happens to come right across the floor where this person has to rush forward through. You see that their robes are this deep, deep red scarlet color. And just as the blade is about to come down, Friend disappears. You feel the connection sever. You are now back in line, waiting next to Arlen.
Oh, well, welcome back. Sorry I was boring you.
No, I'm sorry. It's just Friend reached out to me and I could see through Friend's eyes and there was these guys with robes and masks and a nasty dagger. Friend can't be far from here. They're safe now, but there's some bad guys, I think. And I describe what I saw. The color of the robe. It's what kind of red it is and what the mask looked like and the dagger.
Yeah. As you describe all of this...
In kind of in low tones, because I don't know if from my own knowledge, if this resonates with anything I know, like it could be something religious. It looks like maybe the garb of a religious order or something.
You don't know anything about it.
Okay, but I describe it. Maybe it means something to
Roll me a stealth check as you lower your voice here.
Oh, okay.
17. Very good. You are filled with the confidence that you have protected friend. That friend is safe now, and you feel relief wash over you. It is a moment that kind of shook you. It was very sudden. It was not voluntary, and you could just feel the danger as your friend was panicking inside that cage. But you feel as if you've defeated the encounter. You level up. You drew the comet card.
Wow. I hook my thumbs in my belt and I stand a little bit taller, about half centimeter.
So the camera will fade away and it will refocus on Garen, Pole, and Finn. You make your way towards the Saltmarsh estate. You find that it is a very, very clean and manicured place. As you approach, you find that the stone gate... nope, that's not... okay. Yeah, you approach the estate and you find that there is a gardener tending to some of the hedges there. Hello, how can I assist you?
Hello. We are here to speak with Anders. We were contracted to carry out a task for him. We've returned to report our completion.
Oh, well, please wait here. I will see if Master Saltmarsh is available. And you see him stand up and brush some dirt off himself, and he heads over towards the main manor. And you see that he is caught at the door by the butler, Garen Wave Chaser. They share some words, and the gardener heads towards where they were working, kind of giving you a little nod. And the butler approaches you. Well, for the first time, you see this very sharp-looking man. He is well-dressed. He's tall, lean, and tan. You see short, silvered hair. And he is very straight-backed. He's very composed. And there is something cunning about his features as he looks over you, over the bridge of his nose. What kind of business brings you back to the Saltmarsh home, may I ask?
We are here to report on the completion of the task Anders gave us.
Very well. Master Saltmarsh is currently engaged in the Saltmarsh Council Hall. I can, however, relay any news.
Okay. We have explored the mine. All of the miners that were in there are dead. Some had been turned into zombies. Faced a large creature that none of us recognize with tentacles and sharp pointy teeth. We managed to fell the creature, and there were some crystals that had been uncovered. They were glowing with magic. Our friend KayBee was able to identify the magic as being necromantic in nature.
As you are sharing all of this, Garen Wave Chaser seems completely dispassionate and uninterested and not at all affected or surprised. I see. Do you have proof?
We do indeed. Pole? This is our friend Pole.
All right. I'll pull open the hand. Do you have your sack? There you go. Take a gander in there.
You see the butler holds out a hand expectantly.
Garen puts on his gloves, reaches in, and grabs out one of the crystals, hands it to him, and then reaches in and grabs the end of the tentacle. This was a part of the beast, as evidence of what we fought.
I see. As you hand over the items, you can see that he's wearing black gloves, and as you produce the tentacle, he pulls a small cloth, and he begins to wrap the tentacle in it. Says, very well, I will present these to Master Solmore. I will report on your behalf. Where would you like the funds to be distributed to?
Do we have... Yeah, because we don't have like a bank, do we?
We've been having things sent to the inn lately.
Yeah. All right. It can be sent to the Wicker Goat, and we will tell the innkeeper to get it to us, and we will disperse it to the party.
Very well. Is there anything else I can do for you?
That would be all.
Very well. He turns on his heel and he begins to head back into the manor.
Garen is half tempted to try to sneak in. But not in the middle of the day. All right.
Well.
Oh.
All right. What was our next stop?
Ada's compound. Ada's manor house.
Okay.
To requisition supplies.
Yes, the food and such.
Very good. So you begin to head back towards the Saltmarsh council chamber. And as you do, Arlen and KayBee, you finally make your way up to the counter. You see the red tiefling known as Captain Zendros pick up her medieval clipboard. She seems to be going down the list. Hello. Welcome to the faithful quartermaster of Ayuz. What can I do for you today? Do you have an account with us?
We do, yes.
She flips through. She finds your information. Very good. What is it that you wanted to do today?
We were seeing if the items that we had asked you to procure for us had come in at all.
It seems that it has not quite made landfall. I would check back in about 48 hours.
Alright. Good to know.
Anything else I can do for you? I do have a number of items on sale today.
I am curious what items you have on sale. Indeed.
Very good.
Also, I'm curious if you would like this large coin. And she pulls out the ancient coin. I, as a player, don't remember the specifics of the history of this, but I know Arlen knows all about it.
Yes. She looks at the coin and she says, I do not think we have any need for this today. I will give this back to you.
All right.
What was this in? Okay. So, you see that there are a number of things here. On sale today seems to be 2 potions of healing and a strange looking bottle that has a label of a spider on it. And there are 2 spell scrolls. You look at the spell scrolls. They are labeled as spell scroll of infestation and a spell scroll of shape water.
And that's all they have right now?
Mm-hmm.
How much is the spell scroll of shape water?
The spell scroll will be this much. They say it will be. Imagine your players actually buying something from the magic shop. It will be 75 gold pieces.
Arlen, that's way too expensive for a cantrip. Thank you.
Is Shape Water a cantrip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of a different spell then. All right, never mind.
Very good.
We'll come back in 48 hours then.
Absolutely. Have a nice day.
You as well. When we walk away and we're a little bit further away, she'll say to KayBee, do you think there's something a bit strange about that timeline?
How do you mean?
Well, the ship that we're going to be going
Yeah.
after and investigating is supposed to be arriving around the same time, right?
Yeah, that's exactly true.
So maybe we won't have to pay them for
I know,
the
right?
items we want.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, what I saw through friends' eyes, but that was probably nearby. And I don't know if like these, I know in some places the IU's followers, some people don't like them. So I don't know. They could be bad guys in there.
Yeah. From the descriptions and everything, did that sound familiar to Arlen at all?
Go ahead
Then-
and roll me a history check. DC in this thing is going to be really high.
Can I use my nat 20?
Yes, you can. All right.
Nice.
It could be a coincidence. There's something in your gut that says it's probably not. You remember one of those soldiers that guarded Gellin Primewater's estate had a red bracelet on. It could just be a coincidence, right? It could just you didn't see the exact shade that KayBee saw. Like it could be the same color. But if it's not a coincidence.
All right, KayBee, we're gonna go see a friend really quick.
I like that. But I want to talk to you about something.
Oh, all right.
You know, I know you've been around and you've seen lots of places. What does it take to be a knight? You know, I can use a sword. In fact, I think I need a bigger sword. And I can use a shield. And I feel like I need a purpose.
I mean, you have a pretty grand purpose already.
I mean, didn't you come from a noble family?
No, I was always an adventurer.
Well, that's great.
So I don't want to assume how one becomes a knight in this world. So, Stella, how does that work?
Would our Greyhawk guide here know how this works?
Is it
I think
just
it's
a
pretty
rank?
close to medieval.
Yeah, is it
fantasy,
a rank
so-
bestowed by a lord or a king?
Yeah.
It's feudalism mostly,
Okay.
but it would depend where you go in the world. Is definitely different places, but that would be the standard.
Okay. Well, to be a knight, from what I've experienced, a few people have bestowed the title of knight upon me. You have a lord or a lady or a duke or a king, someone with authority and power in the region. If they feel that you are worthy of the rank and that you are capable in sufficiently defending their realm and helping them in whatever needs to be done. They will give you the rank of knight.
That's nice. I need to find a lord or a lady.
I'm sure we'll find you one.
You're kind of like a lady of adventure, right?
Yes, but I don't have the ability to bestow the rank upon someone else.
Okay, not yet. Got
Not
it.
yet, of course.
I like it. Thank you. Let's go.
All right. Thank you so much for the raid, Guild Superior. Welcome on in, everyone. We are playing Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Okay. Yeah, excellent. So we're going to go ahead and montage the part of going up to Ida Oland. She is busy. She more or less just kind of brushes you along, and you begin to speak to one of her assistants, and they kind of help you quartermaster up all of the things that you need. So you ask for rations, arrows. Is there anything else that you'd like?
Oh, it was KayBee. I'm pretty sure we were going to ask for foodstuffs, not just rations.
Okay.
Yeah, food
Actual
stuff in
food,
general.
okay.
Actual food, yeah.
Yeah, so anything like within reason, they'll absolutely give it to you. So the assistant's like, oh yes, of course, we can absolutely do that. You want some fresh biscuits? You want some? Oh no, we don't have any fish.
Oh.
No,
Yes,
trout.
as we've
Trout is
heard.
not on the menu. I'm sorry.
I just realized how much this screws Arlen because she hates
Oh,
red meat.
yeah.
No.
I'm
So
not-
I think Garen has got a little shopping list from KB.
Yeah.
And it says
Yeah.
fish or fish substitute.
Yeah.
I've-
Well,
Do
would you
have-
have any substitute style fish or something of that nature?
So I've got some sea urchins. I don't know how much you'd enjoy eating those. I think they're quite poisonous, actually.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't want to do that to her. Well, we'll make do. I think we have someone else in our party who we're making non-meat stuff for as well, and we'll just make.
Oh, yes,
more
of
of that.
course. And they more or less hook you up with all the things you want, but there are no seafood items available.
Oh wait, pose with us. Be like, yeah, you would want more supplies of non-meat type, yes, Poe?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's good. I like that. And he basically points at all the vegetables and the
Okay.
bread. And those are good too.
Okay. Well, whatever we can get.
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we load up. How many arrows is Garen able to requisition?
I've got about 50. Do you need all 50?
Yes, if it won't cause any troubles for the lady, yes, we would like all 50.
Of course, here we
Enough for the
go.
whole party.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't. We got food. We got arrows. Do we need anything else?
Well, I have a question.
Yes, what can I do for you?
So, is no seafood. You mean, but you got a sea urchin. That's seafood, innit?
Yes,
Isn't
all
it-
we've got is sea urchins.
No clams or nothing.
No clams.
No shellfish.
No
lobsters.
shellfish, no lobster.
Wow.
I mean, we can see what KB can do with the sea urchins. He's
Oh, so
pretty
you want to
magical
back?
in the
They lift
kitchen.
up like a sack. You see the little spindles sort of poking out of the burlap.
yeah. Garen will grab the top of it very.
You'll be
careful.
surprised. I just wait and see. If conditions maintain the way they are, within 2 days there won't be a single sea urchin left here. Enjoy while you can.
Yes.
That's really strange, because, I mean, fish, they come and go, right?
No,
They swim away, but, I mean, clams don't.
no.
They're
Unless
stuck
they grow
there.
legs. I don't think they've grown legs, no. Oh, it's strange, but my business is in the books. I maintain the accounts. I don't know anything about fish.
Hmm.
Well, thank you for your information. That was very
thank you.
helpful.
Yes.
Of course.
Indeed.
Good luck out there. Oh, right. Where did you want the assistants to meet you? They'll be bringing you about.
Max. Bring the boat.
The inn, maybe?
Well, they can't bring the boat to
Well,
the
I
inn.
guess not the bone. Yeah, never mind.
You're
Yes, because
7.
I thought we were gonna head back to the haunted house.
Yeah.
There's a dock by the end. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, I guess that's downtown.
Yeah.
Just the
Yeah.
docks.
I guess just
So yeah,
docks,
the docks.
the docks.
All right. I'll have them looking out for you. Have a nice day.
You as well.
Goodbye.
I honestly was enjoying that lady.
Sassy assistant.
Right.
Mhm.
We have to
Like
give
I
him a
said.
name now.
Sassy
She does
Sally.
deserve a name.
I do want to give a shout out to clams and how weird they look when they do swim.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because they do swim.
And to push themselves the other
Her
direction.
name is
Yeah.
Lotari.
Oh, that's a cool name.
That is
I
a
like
cool
that.
name.
Yeah.
It's either gonna be
Yeah.
that or Ariel. And I was like, it's not gonna be Ariel.
We'd make fun of it too much.
Yeah.
Yes, we would.
Uh-huh.
Gotta
Wow.
save that for merfolk.
True.
All right. So we'll say that the group more or less gathers together.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
All right, so we are there's still like a lot of time left in the day, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go say hi to it always takes me like 5 minutes to remember his name.
Master
Galen
Prime Water.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna
Prime
go say
Water.
hi to Galen Primewater.
Oh, him.
uh,
Yeah.
I saw
Garen's-
something interesting there last time I went that might lead somewhere.
So you begin to head over towards.
Oh,
Yep.
Garen
Garen
is going
might
to
not wanna
take the
go.
sack of poisonous urchins back to
Mhm.
the inn instead of carrying it around.
I'll follow Garen.
Okay, so the party splits.
Okay.
Garen, as you make your way over to the Wicker Goat,
Mm-hmm.
you begin to head up the stairs towards your rooms. And as soon as you're on the landing, you get this sudden wave of nausea. It just kind of hits you all at once, and you have to grab the wall to steady yourself. And in this moment of nausea, it almost feels as if sudden power flows through you. You are not accustomed to magic, but this is what magic must feel like. You have drawn the moon card. You get to make
Oh.
one wish. What are you wishing for right now?
Oh, good thing I had actually prepared for this and had something in mind. Garen wants a magic bow.
Okay. You're like, oh, magic is cool. Having a magic bow might be nice. And then the
Yeah.
nausea sort of passes on. And sensation's gone. And you are holding a bag full of urchins and it's dripping on your boot.
All right, he would kind of shake his head. Ooh. Well, that
You
was
all right?
Yeah, just a little lightheaded there. I
Okay. Is it
move
the
on and-
urchins? Do
I
they,
don't
are they
know.
good? They don't smell that bad, I don't think.
No. I don't know. Maybe one stuck me. I don't know. He would
Oh.
move on and
Okay.
put him in his room and then double check, make certain he, doesn't have any on him or
No,
didn't
you're
get
fine.
stuck.
However, as you enter your room, you realize that someone's been in here.
What?
There is something on your bed.
He walks over.
You see, on your bed is a very neatly packaged item. It is very large. It seems to be quite thin, however. And there is a single card on it. And in a very deft and curly script, it reads, "A gift from an admirer."
Does Garen recognize the handwriting?
You do not.
Okay. He would open the package.
You see a very finely crafted bow. This bow is a dark hunter green in color. You find that the wrappings around this very center of it are pitch black. And they seem to be well oiled. It is currently not strung. You can see that the string is almost silvery, almost as if made of moonlight.
I like this. I want to know who got this for me. We would string it, try a couple of testfuls.
As you're pulling
Alright.
on it, it feels as if it was made for you. Your fingers fit the groove of it perfectly. The tension is just right. You possess the perfect amount of arm strength to easily pull it back.
Wow. I really want to know who got this for me.
And as you are admiring that, Finn, you're coming up the stairs with Garen. And you see Garen has paused in his room. I imagine the door is still open because you weren't expecting something in there.
Mm-hmm.
Finn, you kind of look over to your room and you see there's something on your bed.
Oh. I guess he'll kind of walk into his room and look on his bed and sort of look at what it is.
Okay. You see a very small package. It is probably only about 4 by 4 inches.
Mm-hmm.
It is very neatly put together, and there's a small card on it that says, "A gift from an admirer."
Yeah. Okay, he'll open it.
You open it, and you find a very fine necklace. You see that it is made out of small black beads, and it is
Oh.
very intricate, and it has a number of different loops. And suspended from the loops, there are these fiery red gems.
Oh. Nice.
You see that it has 5 red gems hanging from it. This looks very expensive.
Oh my goodness. Wow. And he'll take it and he'll, I guess, inspect to get more. Does he notice if it's... I guess could I roll investigation to figure out what it is? Or, like, if I can sense there's something more to it than just it being a necklace.
Yeah, sure. Roll me investigation. A 5. You're not sure. It is very, very fine, and it seems to be very deliberately placed here. It looks expensive.
Maybe you could just like take one of the beads and like drop it on the ground.
I don't know if I want to drop this on the ground. It's
You
expensive.
could do that if you want, I guess. I mean, I can't stop
I don't
you.
want... No.
Okay.
No. He'll just kind of admire how expensive it is and sort of, and then look at the necklace he's got around his neck and sort of like, I'll debate this later. And then he'll just put it in his pocket.
Okay. Which pocket?
Right one.
Like your pants pocket?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The screen fades to black. And we see one last thing. No, that's not the right music.
Mm.
We see the Miner's Respite. Outside, leaning up against the building, is the bard that had shared with you a song, a meal, a night. And they are relaxing, taking a final bite out of an apple, and then tossing it over towards where a mule has been tied up. Mule begins to happily munch away at the core and it disappears. Bard pushes off the building and begins to head down the road. He walks along the beach and he's taking his time. He doesn't really have anywhere he needs to go very quickly. And he sort of laughs to himself. As he looks out towards the horizon, he thinks to himself, "My, what a wonderful young man he is. I think there is much in store for him. This is just the beginning of your story, Paul, and I can't wait to see what happens." You have drawn the throne card. The bard slowly begins to melt down into little butterflies, little pinpoints of light, and they're carried away by the sea breeze.
What?
Oh no, I still don't trust him.
And that is where we're going to end the session for tonight. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Thank you so much for the raids. Thank you for all of the support. Really appreciate everyone hanging out with us here today as we explore our Saltmarsh and all of the little things that are going on. I'm going to give everyone a chance to tell you about who they are and where you can find them and what their favorite part of tonight's game was. So we'll start off with Zombie.
Me, I start first? What's this? Hello, I am Jacob, I am Zombie, I am Z, and whatever you'd like to call me. I am the Clipmaster, Lore Keeper. Probably do too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. You can find me sometimes streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/ZombieFighter89. You'll mostly find me more active on Twitter, twitter.com/ZombieFighter89. I mostly hang out around Stella and Robo's channel, various other channels around here, and I try to do as many clips for people as I can and give my little bit of talent that I have to give. You can also find me every single Monday on youtube.com/KnightsofNerdvana, where I do a little nerdy news thing with my friend Matthew and Kayla, and we talk about all kinds of nerdy news and stuff. And then speaking of other things, I believe it's the first or second Wednesday of November is when we start our second campaign, the Witchlight campaign. And Matthew, B Street Holmes, will be a part of that as well with me. So it's going to be a little fun kind of game for us. Favorite part of today, probably, well, yeah, I guess the whole combined time of being able to sort of let Finn spill his guts out. Thank you for allowing me the time to do that. And then doing the sort of more bonding with Poe and KayBee. I've really been liking a lot of the bonding stuff we've been doing, especially now that Poe is new to this group. I'm really happy that there was some kind of bonding moment with him, kind of solidifying him in our little group of people, you know.
Yeah, excellent. Yes, so next Wednesday, this is typically a game that we do every other Wednesday, but next Wednesday we are going to have another game of Secrets of Saltmarsh. So if you want to see a continuation of this story, we will be here Wednesday at 8 p.m. And the Wednesday after that, on the 3rd, is going to be our very first session of our other Patreon game, The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And that's going to be a brand new campaign, Session 0. Yeah, thank you so much. Next we have Andicarus.
Hi, my name's John. I go by Andicarus when I'm on the internet, which is almost always. You'll find me in most of the social media under that name. This weekend I have big plans. I'm going to be virtually attending TsunamiCon, which is, I believe it's in Tennessee or somewhere like that, but it doesn't matter because I'm attending it virtually. I'm going to be running a couple of introductory Greyhawk 3rd edition games there, and then I'm going to play in a whole bunch of other things, some D&D, some other games, and have a lot of fun. I recommend going to virtual gaming conventions to anyone. You meet lots of cool people. They might want to join your your own campaign, or you might want to join theirs. Since we've all had to deal with this COVID thing, it's been somehow become much easier to reach out across countries and states and provinces and all over the world to meet people to play games with. So I recommend it. And if you have time this weekend, come play with me. It would be awesome. My favorite moment, I think, was the same as yours. I liked that time we got to, I think, finding out that he wasn't the only orphan in the group, made him feel definitely less alone. He's generally an upbeat, positive guy, and I feel like Finn is not so much, and he recognizes that and wants to help shore him up because he thinks Finn was way more awesome than Finn thinks he is, and and we want to get that straightened out. So yeah, I'll go for the same as my most favorite moment of the night. It was just our little posty discussion.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Next, we've got Godfather Wraith.
Hi, I'm Godfather Wraith. Yeah, I'm Tim. I really don't have a social media presence. You can find me pretty much here in Stella's chat when I'm not here on the show, or in various other streamers that are part of the Stella's community. So yay. Yeah. As far as today, well, I will say I think I made a mistake giving what was his name? Sverin, the
I don't remember
evidence.
the
Garen
butler, right?
Wave
Yes,
Chaser.
Garen. Yes, Garen, that's it. Why do I struggle with that name when it literally rhymes with my character's name?
There are a lot of NPCs in this game. It's not your fault. I also keep inventing new NPCs every session, so it's
True.
not your fault.
Yeah. And is he in the people we've met list?
I probably
Oh,
have to
yes.
update that.
Yeah, because I don't see the Cursebreaker girl in there either.
Ella.
Ella, that's her name. So yeah, I will say I did very much enjoy the sassy assistant. She was probably my favorite part of today.
Excellent.
She was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh.
Go ahead. Oh,
I'm done.
GeekDice.
Hey folks, I'm GeekDice. Besides every Wednesday here, you can also find me Sundays over at the Greyhawk Tales channel where we play a Greyhawk game. A lot of fun. I think today my favorite moment was when Finn had his personal moment of prayer and reflection. He reminisced on and gave a kiss to his lost love in the locket. I think that was a very touching moment. I very much enjoyed that. Good RP, brother. Good RP.
Good RP. Good RP.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. And then we've got Emma.
Hi, it's me, Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Emma Panada. On Twitch, I do TTRPG streams. Most of my games are every other week, so the schedule's a bit sporadic, but we have a good time, and it's just kind of a fun, chill thing. So if you want to come hang out and watch those streams, by all means, you are more than welcome. My favorite part today was, I mean, it's hard being last because everybody takes like the like cool moments, but you want to be unique, you know? So I really loved kind of the bonding scene between Paul, KayBee, and Finn. I also just really enjoyed kind of getting a connection to like the Red Ribbon Arm Guard thing, because when I got that question card and you're like, oh yeah, it has nothing to do with Charybdis, like it's a totally different thing. I was slightly disappointed, and I was like, well, now I don't want to go see Mr. Primewater. But then I got a new tie-in, and I'm excited for it. Excited to figure out what's going on.
Yes, I purposefully try to make everything have a narrative relevance. Like, it's okay if you miss a little bit with, like, you know, just some kind of omnipotent question, but I'm not going to make you waste it. So I'm very glad that you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. I'm Stella Luna. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for being here with us. I hope that you enjoyed the show. If you would like to support this channel for more content like this to help us grow, the free way that you can do that is to give us a follow. You can also catch all of our episodes on YouTube. This one will be uploaded there as well. For the rest of this week, I would like to invite you to come back here on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have a very, very special episode of Unbound, which is our homebrew 5th edition D&D campaign, where we play demigods that slay monsters and we kiss hot NPCs. But we have a special guest. Draconix is going to be here with us. And also on Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, is the second episode of our spooky 3-shot adventure. I am a player in that. I am playing a tentacle girl. She is really fun, really chaotic. She is essentially like feral. I never get to play a feral character, so I'm just like going 110%, and I'm really sorry for our GM to have to put up with that chaotic energy, but hey, it's my turn, But if you want to catch more of Saltmarsh, we will be back next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and hope to see you there. Have a wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Bye-bye.